Sometimes, people do not cross your boundaries all at once. Sometimes, they learn, little by little, how much you are willing to silently endure. Hello, friends. Welcome to the Unmuted Mind, where knowledge meets courage. What if some people did not suddenly become comfortable mistreating you? What if, without saying a word, you slowly taught them that they could? Not because you wanted to be hurt, not because you deserved it, but because every time something hurt you, you smiled, stayed quiet, and acted as though it did not. And eventually they saw a pattern in you. They noticed that you would forgive without speaking about the pain, that you would stay, even when they crossed the line. And slowly, some of them learned to take advantage of the silence you used to keep the peace. Maybe it began with something small, a joke that did not feel like a joke, a comment that was too harsh, a promise they never kept. But you told yourself, it is not worth making an issue out of. They interrupted you, and you allowed them to continue. They dismissed your feelings, and you explained yourself more gently. They canceled on you repeatedly, and you kept saying, it is okay. They only called when they needed something, and you were always available, not because you had nothing else to do. So, you kept adjusting. You became more understanding, more patient, more forgiving. And every time you swallowed what hurt, you made the discomfort invisible. But invisible pain is often mistaken for permission. You may not have told them you can ignore my needs, but each time you abandoned your needs to protect their comfort, that may have been what they learned. You may not have said, you can speak to me however you want, but when disrespect came and you laughed nervously, changed the subject, or blamed yourself, the boundary remained unseen. You may not have said, my time does not matter, but you kept rearranging your life for people who would not rearrange 5 minutes for you, and slowly, without any conversation, a pattern was created. They asked for more, you gave more, they offered less. You became more understanding, and somehow, the more you tolerated, the less they considered. But why would anyone remain silent when something is hurting them? Because sometimes, silence is not weakness. Sometimes, silence is a survival strategy. Maybe you learned early that speaking honestly created conflict, that saying no disappointed people, that expressing pain made you too sensitive, difficult, ungrateful, or too much. And eventually, keeping people comfortable became more natural than telling your truth. So, when someone crossed a line, you did not caution them. When their words hurt, you searched for reasons to excuse them. Maybe they were stressed. Maybe they did not mean it. Maybe you misunderstood. Maybe you were expecting too much. You gave explanations to behavior that had already given you pain. Sometimes, people continue certain behaviors because nothing in the relationship requires them to change. They disrespect you and still have access to you. They disappear and return whenever they want. They ignore your needs and still receive your care. They cross your boundaries, and you become the one who apologizes for feeling hurt. So the relationship continues, but only because you keep paying the emotional cost. And perhaps the saddest part is that they may never know how much it is costing you. But one day, you become tired. Not only tired of them, but tired of disappearing to keep people close. Tired of rehearsing honest conversations that you never had. Tired of saying, it is okay, when something inside you is quietly screaming, no, it is not. And you begin to realize that avoiding conflict did not create peace. It only moved the conflict inside you. The words you refused to say became resentment. The anger you suppressed became exhaustion. The boundaries you avoided became silent pain, and the relationship looked peaceful, only because you were fighting the entire battle within yourself. You do not teach people how to treat you by controlling their behavior. You teach them through what you consistently accept, through what you challenge, through what you communicate, and what you are willing to walk away from. A boundary is not punishment, it is information. And it says, this hurts me, this does not work for me. I care about you, but I will not keep abandoning myself to make this relationship comfortable. And yes, some people may become uncomfortable when you finally speak, not because your boundary is wrong, but because your silence once benefited them. Healing may begin when you stop saying it is fine, just to end the conversation, when you stop laughing at words that hurt you, when you stop making yourself smaller, so other people never have to reflect on how they treat you, when you allow disappointment without immediately rushing to fix it, when you understand that someone being unhappy with your boundary does not automatically mean you have done something wrong. You can be kind without accepting disrespect. You can be understanding without endlessly excusing harmful behavior. You can love people without giving them unlimited access to your peace. And you can say no without writing an entire explanation to prove that you are still a good person. Maybe the way people treat you does not change. The moment they understand your pain, maybe it begins to change. The moment you stop hiding it, you are allowed to speak before resentment speaks for you. You are allowed to name what hurts before it becomes something you can no longer carry. And you are allowed to teach people that loving you does not require your silence, because your voice was never the problem. Perhaps you were only taught to mute it for people who were more comfortable when they could not hear your pain.